1, go.
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. Or I guess it's our morning movie review. We went and saw Warfare last night, and my goodness, it was incredible. Really, really great film. You know, I kind of look at A24. It's A24, right?
Yeah, it is A24.
So A24 is the
studio.
only real dog in the fight in the movie business now. Like, they're the only ones taking creative risks. They're the only ones doing anything of real note or interest. You know, pretty soon that will change. They'll get really, really big and only start doing sure things. But right now, they are an innovator in Hollywood. Like, they're kind of like what's that studio called? Not Paramount, New Line, but like Weinstein's, unfortunately. Yeah. But like I said, I mean Weinstein's production company, New Line. That was the studio that took real creative risks. I mean, it's Nightmare on Elm Street built New Line Cinema, like horror films, and then that turned into something as masterful as Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I mean, so that's right there is what is like so A24. You know, like they're doing good stuff. You know, like not everything they put out is great, but they're willing to take creative risks, which is unique and very good in this climate because Hollywood sucks right now.
Which does tell us, I mean, they started off the same way. A24 was mainly like made horror movies to get up and started with. Yeah. I mean, and that's all it was when it first came. It was like the new thing that did those weird, it's crazy, creepy horror movies.
It's following the New Line Cinema strategy. You know, it's like start with low budget horror films because you can pay nobody actors to do some type of themed horror film. You know, the problem is there's nothing really unique about any of their horror films. Like, they're all kind of, it's like, oh, this is kind of like Freddy Krueger, or this is kind of like, you know, the Blair Witch Trials, or this is kind of like, so there's nothing unique about it, but it doesn't matter. They're you know, those horror movies are so cheap to make that as long as they make a couple of million, they're going to get their budget back.
Oh, yeah.
So, good on A24, but yeah, this film here, Warfare, is really good. It is not, and again, A24, it's not a big budget film either. It's not a giant war movie. It's actually a war movie that takes place just in a room, effectively. It's really well done. It's really well acted. It's unbelievably shot. I mean, I was looking at Chad and I was like, is this a miniature? Like, we're looking at like a street, and I just looked at it and I was like, is this a miniature I'm looking at? And then all of a sudden you'd start walking down the street and I was like, I guess not. So, I mean, it's just truly incredible cinematography. Like I said, the actors are all phenomenal. I don't know if you guys have seen Shogun, but yeah, the Anjin is in it. If you saw Gladiator 2, one of the Roman emperors is in it.
Yeah, the more sane of the two twins.
Sid from Toy Story's in it. Sid from Toy Story's in it.
You're talking about that kid that's like in everything?
Yeah, the kid that was in like Meet the whatever, the Smiths.
Meet the Smiths or whatever it was.
You know what I'm talking about, the movie where he's like, you guys are getting paid?
Yeah, he was in Maze Runner and all that stuff.
Yeah, he always plays a bad guy. But yeah, no, he's in it. He's like the officer. But it's good.
He's first platoon leader, and the Asian kid's the second platoon leader.
Right. So yeah, the film is just fantastic. It's literally, I mean, it's just a small little conflict that takes place inside of a building, and that's it the whole time. And if you are a military person, if you've never been in the military, like, this is very, very accurate to squad dynamics and soldier relationships. You know, like, I mean, I'm laughing at the dialogue that they have in between each other because that's what it's really like. You know, I mean, I've never been in a combat zone, but like the way they talk to each other is the same way that we talk to our soldiers, and the soldiers talk back to us.
Yeah.
You know,
And
so
how they getting accountability, making sure they have all their gear.
yeah, you will get like I mean, you were trying to explain that to our buddy. It's like going, who gives a dang about the gear? Just leave, you know. And it's like, no, like that's a big deal. Like getting accountability of all equipment. Like I mean, like that is a big Army no-no if you don't come back with all your equipment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, obviously, if it's a life or death situation, you might be able to change your mind or be like, you know, there's just no way, sir. You know, it's like, well, you're on the hook for that gear, so tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's good though. I mean, the whole thing in this movie probably took, I don't know, in real life it probably only took like 20 to 30 minutes in this actual real conflict, but the movie drags out to, you know, like an hour and 30-minute long film.
Yeah. Even like Outpost Restrepo talks about it. It's like the combat high. It's like literally like most of the time, most conflicts are like it's 30 seconds of high intense action, and then it's just slowly coming down off that high because they don't last that long. Most engagements don't really last that long. And then, you know, it's not like everyone sees Black Hawk Down and goes, wow, it's like that. You just get attacked all day and all night. There are situations like that.
Sure.
But most combat situations, it's like just a short little quick engagement in and out. And then like it's the guys talking about them slowly coming down off of their combat high or the shakes, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. And again, you know, when people are, what do you call it? When they are pumped up or they are, you know, got adrenaline pumping through your body, it makes doing the simplest of tasks dang near impossible. Like this guy's trying to put on a tourniquet, and he can't get the tourniquet to go through the little belt loop. And you're sitting there, it's like, you know, like the guy's bleeding out, and the guy's just like, you know, you're just sitting there as an audience and go, why can't you do it? You know, it's like as somebody who like plays sports or someone who's been in a combat situation understands what an adrenaline rush feels like. Adrenaline makes the simplest tasks seem dang near impossible. Like you're sitting there, it's like all I gotta do is put this together. It's like I can't do it. My hands are shaking so much. Yeah, it's fantastic. I think everyone should watch this. Go and watch this movie. It is really awesome. Even the sound design is amazing. Especially in a theater setting, because you know whenever like the shot, you know, like whenever they started shooting at him through the window in the very opening scene when they first got grenaded, like all the bullets are coming from the right side of the theater. You know, so it's like. You feel it, you know, in the theater. It's like, and then they have the jet do a flyover several times, and when you hear it in, you know, this, you know, doubly digital surround in a theater, it's like, whoa, that's crazy, you know. So it's really good, and the dynamics between the soldiers is fantastic. It's obviously it's very well written dialogue. You know, it's like this is one of those things where, is it well acted? Yeah, but I mean, if you read this on the page, you'd be laughing at it too. Because the way they communicate, you know. I mean, like, there's a really good scene where this guy takes over being the sniper for a minute because the other guy has been laying down so long he's got to get up and stretch, you know. And, you know, the guy notices the dude pull up with a car, and he pulls out an RPK machine gun and takes it inside, but he didn't have enough time to get a shot off to get this guy from running into a building. And you know, it's not combat hasn't started off yet, but you know, I guess they're weapons weapons free to shoot people with weapons. So
yeah, ROE probably gave them if you see a weapon, you're allowed to engage.
Yeah. So anyway, like he goes, I didn't get the shot, and then like over the radio, they go, yeah, there's a guy in the RPK just went into building 3. You know, it's like I did not get the opportunity to pull the trigger, and they just go weak over the radio, and then you know his buddy who was sniping before he's walking back up to him, and he goes. What's going on? He goes, what happened? He goes, oh man, there's a guy in RPK just went into building 3. I missed him. I missed him. He just looks at him weak. You know, it's funny. It's funny stuff because that's exactly how soldiers interact with each other. And you know, the guy that was the sniper when he got up and started stretching, he just started like messing with one like the comms guy, and like that guy, it's like I know that guy. Like even though I like that actor in the movie, like that I know that guy in my own company. Like I mean, I know who that guy is.
Just like him in your unit.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's fantastic. You know, everybody should absolutely go watch this movie. There's no sound. There's no score. There's no score. There's a pop song at the very beginning, and there's a song at the very end. But it's just popular music that they're playing over the credits, effectively. Mm-hmm. So that's it. Everything else, it's combat noise. You're hearing the radios talking. Like at one point, the radio operator after they get IED'd, he has to take out his radio because he can't handle listening to what's going on over the net because he's just getting overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes that stuff out, and then of course, after he takes it out for a little, he starts trying to make stress calls, forgetting that he unplugged his radio. So he's remembering he's got to plug it back in.
Yeah.
So it's the film is absolutely fantastic that way. Everything has a purpose. It's absolutely. I mean, again.
It's extremely realistic.
Yes.
And the guy that wrote it, the guy that was basically wrote and helped film it, is the guy that was there when this happened. Mm-hmm. And he called all of his Navy SEAL buddies that were in this situation to make sure this film was 100% accurate.
Yeah. So I recommend giving this film a watch. Go to the theater, watch this movie. I mean, if you want to understand what those Iraq and Afghanistan conflict guys went through, this right here is the film that will help you understand that and appreciate the sacrifice and their service effectively. I mean, it's because it's crazy. It's absolutely insane, and it's a fantastic film. Definitely worth a watch. I took my buddy to go see it because we just like going to see movies together. We went to go see that Regal Cinema. It used to be the Warren in Broken Arrow. That's about the only theater I really like going to anymore. But yeah, fantastic film. I recommend anyone who hasn't seen a good film in a while, go watch this movie. I give it 2 thumbs up.
But just heads up, it's pretty graphic. You will see blood and body part.
Yeah, body parts, blood. You'll and again, remember, there's no score, so. Sometimes they'll do that Saving Private Ryan thing, where Captain Miller gets out of the boat and you just hear the ringing noise and the slow-mo. You get that. But when it's not that, when it's because it's trying to give you the perspective of what it's like to be in a post-IED explosion. Mm-hmm. And then once it gets away from that, the guys who get hurt, they're literally screaming the entire film. All you hear is men screaming and crying for their lives, and it's tough. I mean, there's some scenes in there that are extremely tough to watch, and it's extremely tough to just hear. At some point, you'll just you'll be like, I did not think it'd be possible to listen to screaming this much in a film, but it's just dudes screaming for their lives the entire film. So definitely give this a watch if you want to understand what warfare looks like. I mean, what a perfect name too.
Yeah. 100%. And I pulled up the Rotten Tomatoes score, and I completely agree with this. 93. I would give it higher, but I said 93 from the certified and 93 from the audience score.
Yeah, they're tied again. Fantastic right there. I mean, one time, and again, this is just goes to show you that A24 is killing it. They're willing to make. And again, this film was not high budget. There is some high budget stuff in there, but. I mean, it didn't take that much. I mean, that scene where they just have the guy fly over it, that's probably the same shot or the same, it's either animated or if it's real, it's they probably just did that one time.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we got it. We'll just use that. We just took a couple different angles of it. Yeah.
Camera angles of it.
And just reuse that same thing 3 times.
Then there's right here, IDBM, does more of their critical rating, and it's giving it a 7.9, which how it doesn't have an 8 or a 9 is beyond me right now. Hopefully some more reviews roll in, but yeah, that one I think is a little low in my opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, this is just a brutal depiction of war and what it entails and what it did entail. And it's fantastic, and everything from a military perspective too, sitting there listening to them talk, sitting there watching them interact with each other, sitting there and listening to them try to when they're saying packs in movement, I'm like, oh, yeah, wow, actual military lingo being used instead of just going, dumbing it down for the audience, and then getting SI up, it's like, hey, the 2 guys that get grenaded at the beginning of the movie, they're like, hey, my equipment's still in there, I need that. It's so stressful, and you have a guy going in there, it's like, I can't find your stuff, and they go, well, we gotta effing find it before we leave. We're not leaving without the equipment. You're just like, golly. And you as the audience member, if you don't know anything about military stuff, you're like, just leave.
Yeah. That's what our buddy was saying the whole time. Just get out of there.
Yeah.
Just get out of there. It's that's not how it works, man. That's not how it works.
I love you, buddy, but that's really not how it works. That's that would be me going, hey guys, we gotta find this equipment, before we leave. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, that's really about all I have on this. I mean, you got anything else that you want to say about it other than just 100% recommend this movie? Anybody?
Yeah, no,
everybody needs to see this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been excited for a film since Deadpool and Wolverine, so this is definitely a good watch. It is a surprising hit because I remember watching the trailer for it and I was kind of underwhelmed by it.
Oh yeah, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it and I thought it looked really good. I was like, this could be one of those movies that could be extremely awesome, or it's going to be super, weak. But
yeah, low.
When I heard
crap.
that the guy that is the technical advisor and basically I think the what do you call it?
The director?
Not the director, but the photographer, the director of photography, was this because it was that's what everybody said about that. I watched it while you were away one time, but what's that movie called where they base it kind of like it's Trump, it's like Civil War.
Oh,
Civil War, yeah.
Civil War, that's right. A24,
they said that the
Civil
best, it's the guy that helped direct that. And they say the scene where they invade the White House, which you do see it, how they move and how the squad moves in and to attack the White House was probably one of the better parts of the movie. And that's what they said. This is where that guy got his start from. He was talking with the director of Civil War about doing something like this. And the guy was like, well, I've got an idea. And that's where they came up with this. And it's great.
Got an idea. You mean you got something that's actually happened, and it's like the idea is already written down. We just got to execute.
Yeah, basically it's like they both really liked filming that fight scene at the very end of the movie together. And they're like, why don't we do a whole movie like that?
Yeah. You're telling me that military movies still work today? And again, I love the way they shot it too. They shot the fight scenes very similar to Forrest Gump. Like, combat veterans will talk about how Forrest Gump is actually one of the most accurate portrayals of combat in Vietnam because, yes, you could see tracer rounds coming at you, but you actually had no idea where you were being shot at from. It's very similar to this. You do see jihadis every now and then running around out there, but for the most part, when the IEDs go off, it's all from the soldier's perspective. They actually you don't see anybody shooting at them. You just see rounds popping off and hitting the ground around them, and then them just responding. So that's the way it is in combat. It's like a lot of times it's like in combat, you have your guys like you have the dudes who's sitting in the stairwell. It's like your job is to cover the stairwell, make sure nobody comes in from upstairs. So that guy is just going to hear guns going off all around, and he'll just be covering the stairs the whole time. Have no idea what's going on anywhere else because his job is that doorway in the stairwell. You have to cover your fields of fire. You have to do what you're supposed to do in that scenario, and your job is to cover the rear. That's why a lot of guys, it's like whenever you talk about military training, it's like when you see squad tactics in motion, people are like, it's a beautiful thing to watch because it's just like, whoa, it's like it's so well coordinated and so perfectly executed. The guys don't even have to talk to each other; they just know each other so well that when they bump shoulders with each other, somebody kicks somebody's boot, it's like they know exactly what the next thing they're supposed to do is. So yeah, it can be a beautiful thing. It's like an art form watching squad tactics or squads moving in tactical movements. It's a thing of beauty. So yeah, again, 2 thumbs up. Give Warfare a watch. It is a surprise hit. Again, I was underwhelmed by the original trailer, and I was absolutely blown away by the film. So give it a watch. It's one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. So go for it. Warfare. Have you seen it? Do you agree with mine and Chad's assessment? Let us know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Let us know. But that's all we've got for you today. This was the Twins with Owasso Live, and this was our movie review. Thanks for watching. God bless you.
And we'll see you later, everybody. Let me get to
Alpha 2 is 1. Might have guys starting moving on position. Copy, we're getting to build up of activity here. We have taken massive casualties. Collapse to us. Time now. Striking, but where are you guys?
Look for the blood and the smoke. We're there.
Okay, 1. They are in around to you.
Eyes on me. Prepare for breakout. This one. On my count. One, two.